What should a Japanese car like this focus on most? That's right, the brake system. Let's take a look at this car's factory setup. How is it? Plastic brake lines. Factory Nissan calipers. Plus the factory master cylinder and other parts. They're only just barely adequate. The customer wants a better braking system, so they chose this Brembo setup. Plus a set of stainless steel lines. But installing these parts requires attention to a lot of details. Why do the calipers you install rub against the rotor? Mine never do. Why do the brake lines you install cause safety issues? Mine don't. How does our shop avoid these problems? This video will tell you. During disassembly, a lot of bolts weren't fully tightened. I'm sure you've already seen that in the video. Now let's answer the first question. How do you make sure the brake lines are correct? Our shop's method is, remove one line. Install one line. That way, how could you get it wrong? Usually you remove the master cylinder line first. Why? Because the master cylinder line is easier to route. Hey, can you spot a detail here? Every time you remove one, you put paper under the line. Why? To keep brake fluid from dripping into the car. Because brake fluid is highly corrosive. And someone will ask, why not wear gloves? Gloves increase the error rate, buddy. Is the customer's car more important, or my hands? The part that's easiest to get wrong is usually the master cylinder. Is it really that hard to grab a marker and make a mark? Just mark it like this. This is the master cylinder line. That way you can't get it wrong. Then wash your trotters clean. Don't get this line dirty. The line is labeled ABS pump and master cylinder. So once it's installed, you won't mix up the lines. When placing it, remember these wires pass over the top of the line. Thread it through. Once it's pulled to here, find the right position. Thread it upward. Then, put on a new washer, remember the smooth side. Insert the line. Put it in there. Smooth side, insert the line. Get the angle right, this part is key. You must thread it in by hand. Not with that awful power tool of yours. Now you know why I don't wear gloves? Feel is the most important thing here. You're probably curious why I'm not using a torque wrench here. Because every washer has a different material. So the force needed is different too. This part really comes down to feel. Don't trust your rookie sense of feel. My feel is the real feel. What kind of feel, exactly? Just enough that the washer deforms slightly. This video, for you all. Let me also share a key technique. This wrench here is a right angle. The torque applied here versus the torque felt here versus the torque felt further back is different. How much force you apply yourself corresponds to how much torque. Test it out yourself. Understand? If not, just forget I said it. I won't say more, you can watch closely yourselves. Now it's basically assembled. Let's answer your second question. Why does the caliper you install rub the rotor? And why doesn't mine? Watch carefully, learn carefully. You won't find this tutorial anywhere else. Sharp-eyed viewers will notice I haven't torqued this caliper yet. Why is that? Because after I bleed the brake fluid, there's one last step. You're wondering why, keep watching. Now let me tell you why we do it this way. Because if you fasten this in place ahead of time and torque it down early, it can't sit 100% where it needs to be. See this range of movement? If you torque it down beforehand, the caliper's position could end up offset. And it won't sit perpendicular to the brake rotor. Then as you bleed the air out of the brakes, it won't be sitting in its normal position, which is why it will rub. How do you fix it? Watch what I do. Let's press this. Now the air has been fully bled from this car. Let's take a look here. See, there's some play here. Now I'll rotate the caliper and then squeeze the brake. Watch this spot closely. See how it centers itself automatically. Let's look at this point now. It can move left and right. Then we use the force from the master cylinder to center it. Now with the master cylinder squeezed tight, it can't move at all anymore. Then squeeze the brake. Lock the caliper in place. This way the caliper is perpendicular to the rotor. Then do the same on the other side. Some people think I'm overcomplicating things. Let's see the result. Alright. Release it with force. Let's take a look at what happens when it's not centered. HM. Now this caliper isn't perpendicular. Same thing, squeeze the brake. See that? Notice the difference? Finally, just tighten the bolts to the standard torque and you're done. This technique isn't a secret. It's written clearly in the manual. Just follow the repair manual and you'll be fine. Follow me, boss, to learn more about bikes and cars.